for Şengün. And Washington subbed in for Kevin Porter. So it's the Rockets now. It's a 10-point game. Back at 6.
2 minutes.
Washington has for 2. Rebounded by Jackson.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range shot.
Took him no time at all. The professor's got 14 points.
Oh, great ball there.
Here's Christopher, guarded by Bain. The pass to Christopher over Bain. The Rockets with another miss.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
The professor, good.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Will it go? And the rejection by Jackson.
Houston ball.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And making right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Jones checked in for the Grizzlies. Pass to Christopher.
Hey, swing it!
Clock at 6.
Yo, watch it. That's all you.
Grizzlies with the rebound.
That's what the ring room.
Another shot trained there from the professor. 18 points for him.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 games.
Outside, Jones. Here's the professor. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding pass. 4 straight field goals have been made off in the 6th.
Timeout. Timeout called here for the Rockets. We've seen the professor really having a great game.
He can't miss from deep. The defense has to regroup here, and I think they've got to change things up because he's locked in from behind the arc.
Go over.
29 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Christopher, guarded by Bain. Here's Washington. Just 4 to shoot. That one's off, still out of sync. Houston takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Willie Cauley-Stein.
Misses from short range. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies taking a 19-point lead into the break. Scoring has been and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get right back to the action. And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And looking at what we've seen, Grizzlies pretty much in control here.
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
Out there with Cauley-Stein. Then there's Washington. Then there's Kevin Porter. That's the five for Houston right now. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
The professor in that last outing against the Lakers was driven. Finished with 52 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of three-pointers. He put up great numbers and a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss. Repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
David, yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst. It was an effort that I'm sure.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this.
On the court.
Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
Morant, he's checked in for Jones. At this late stage of the season, how hard is it, Greg, for teams not to look ahead to the playoffs and the postseason at this point?
Kevin, just about impossible. I mean, if you're already in position, the trap you can't fall into is easing up down the stretch and backpedaling into the postseason.
The professor passes to Adams. Here's the professor. Back to Adams. Here's the professor, coming off a solid outing against the Lakers. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
They need this. And block. That one goes careening off the glass.
A terrific defender, and Jackson, one of those guys with great timing when he goes for the shot block and not afraid to send a message as well.
The professor, good. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
They're contesting shots and have also come up with significant
Timeout.
putting a little shot into the minds of the opposing shooter.
But how about their scoring in transition as well? That's been a big factor to this point. Are those timeouts or track shoes these guys are wearing?
Timeout called the Rockets. During Pennsylvania's first season, Greg, he shot over 43% from three-point territory.
And that was top 10 all time for a rookie. And Bane's three-point numbers went up in his second season. From the start of his career, Desmond's been a premier shooter.
The Rockets making a switch here. Fernando's checked in. Pass to Smith. A three ball. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams is the fifth rebound right now in the game. Here's the professor. They get it back. It's good. Morant's got his second bucket.
Have to respect Morant's activity on the offensive glass. Has an outstanding feel for when to go and attack the board.
2 minutes.
To Fernando. 1:51 left in the first half of basketball. Porter kicks to Smith. Over in the corner, Washington. They need that. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's going to be on Desmond Bane.
Second team
No
foul.
question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials just knocked that one over. It was obvious.
Washington.
So for the Rockets, Garuba's checked in, and it's Josh Christopher in for Porter. And with Kevin Porter Jr. and Michael Porter Jr. and Otto Porter Jr. Guys, I'm sensing a pattern here.
It can even get a little confusing at times, but no relation that I'm aware of. They're just Porters, juniors, and quality NBA players.
Here's the three. The Grizzlies pull it in. Adams has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Hey, right here.
And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Here's the professor. Carries it down low.
28.
Professor's got the rebound.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
That was the 2K run. That move deserved another one.
That finish sums up the whole game. They have a big lead due to drive just like that.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Jones is checked in, and so he makes both from the line. And the Grizzlies with possession. They're on a 20-4 run. Here's the professor. And again for three.
He goes as the threes continue to fall for him as they have all season long.
And GA with his performance, he is now tied for second for most threes in a season. Washington passes to Christopher. From past the arc. And he stays with it. Just 5 to shoot. And here's Washington outside. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's the professor. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
And so it's the
That's
Memphis
the end of
Grizzlies.
the first half. Your Rockets 8 to 48.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from the professor.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Kicking off the second half, here's Taylor Jenkins' 5. In at the corner, Morant and Bain. Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. And it's the professor in at the small forward. And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago. Connects again from distance.
And that three-pointer pushes him further up the all-time ladder.
He does indeed, Greg, and the next mark on his list is the top spot. What a season to remember. And the rejection by Jackson. They get the rebound. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Christopher. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
In terms of entertainment factor, can any current player top Ja Morant? I mean, we've seen Ja with some vicious in-game throwdown.
And a wide open look for Porter. No good on the triple.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Here's the professor. That shot misses. The Rockets go the other way with it. Craig talking about the great Ja Morant. This guy is just flat out fun to watch.
Well, Ja's been known to go off for 50 on any given night, but he also looks for others, dropping some nasty dimes. Morant has an insane combination of athleticism and skill. This guy can do anything.
Unloads. And the tack on 2 more.
Defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Porter pass from Christopher. Back to Porter.
Yo, watch him. Get outside, get outside.
Out to Smith. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. They hate to be forced errors.
Bruno Fernando's checked in for the Rockets. Todd comes in for Smith. Out to the right wing. Here's the professor. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone. Maker.
Hey everyone, and welcome to NBA 2K. We've got a chance to check out a My Player build and test out his skills. In this game, we'll see the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Dallas Mavericks.
With our analysts Tim Schwartz and Brian Benefitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're ready to check out a My Player build. So what should we look for in this one?
We know about individual skills and where they are, how many points a player is capable of scoring. But for me tonight, I am so curious of how much of a team player they are. That is something we only find out during games.
Absolutely, Tim. I want to see how this player can fit on an NBA team. Outside of the superstars, you need to find ways to make an NBA roster by working with others and how well you can play in a system. That's what interests me about this My Player build.
Well, we are in the midst of the three-point shooting era. Every team wants 4 to 5 people on the court at all times who can hit from long range. How's that affect new players?
The thing is, for guys like My Player, if you can't shoot from deep, you better have a good wingspan and play defense. I mean, you better be great at everything else, because with how good NBA defenses have become, that three-point shot is a must for spacing.
It's not just that, Brian. It's almost become a math equation, thanks really to the Houston Rockets. If you don't win the three-point battle, you need to win the turnover or rebounding battle to get more possessions. And you know, in addition, you got to shoot a great percentage from the field. So the three ball has changed everything over the last maybe 5 or so years. Good take there from My Player, looking determined to score despite the challenging defense.
Second free throw, no good. So first quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Pass to Hunter. That three off the mark. Now My Player. Second chance shot. Irving. Here's Bullock. My Player outside. The second chance effort. No good that time. Excellent D there from Capella. Outside Young. Rebounded by the Mavericks.
You have to assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was right there. And, you know, the understanding My Player has is evident, especially when the break is on. Knows where to get to.
Well, let's take a look at the prospect of a point guard playing with Luka Doncic. What do you think that would look like?
Well, we've seen it. I mean, Luka is more than capable of playing point guard himself, Blake, but the combo could still work. It might help lighten the load for Luka at times. Plus, you can give him more chances to attack.
Yeah, Luka is an elite offensive talent, Tim, and I think he'd be comfortable at either guard spot. So as an MP point guard build, I would just come in and play to my strengths and let Luka play to his.
Hunter can't get it to go.
I like the D. They learn about to swing the door open and let him cruise in for a layup.
Here's My Player. Got it. Good job in the low post.
What a move from My Player, demonstrating that he can be creative with the rock.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta.
He needs to get them back into a flow offensively. Things have slowed down on them, and they're really starting to force their shots.
Yeah, things have snowballed on them. The misses just started piling up. Good timeout to sort of calm the guys down and get reset.
Just step away from the court a second and calm down, as you said.
First quarter of action and just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Young. My Player with the block.
And for a point guard like my player to get a block is huge. Helps energize the entire team.
Atlanta trailing. Over to the left wing. Outside Murray. It's Trae Young on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. From deep. Offensive board.
You don't want to give up that look often.
They're very lucky they didn't get burned.
So picture this. You pulled out of NP as a point guard, and you end up playing with one of the most dynamic ones in the game, Kyrie Irving. What skills do you need to succeed?
Well, let's start with this. Sorry, you're never going to have sicker handles than Kyrie. But I think Irving would welcome a running mate in the backcourt that brings consistency. A steady hand would help because Kyrie can run really hot sometimes.
Well, Kyrie can be effective off the ball as well, guys. We saw him win that title back in 2016, and he was playing on a Cavs team that had LeBron handling the rock a lot. So I think at the end of the day, a flexible point guard who can be a spot-up shooter and creator would be a great match with Kyrie Irving.
Nice recognition from my player, demonstrating a willingness to get the ball to the open man.
They really want to find that igniter here.
That's right, their offense is ground to a standstill.
Maybe you need to suit up, Tim. They need a spark. My player with the block. And that'll be Atlanta's ball as it goes out of bounds. Will it go? And he sinks the layup.
Yeah, look at me.
That falls. Great assist by Kyrie Irving.
Are you kidding me with that pass? Oh, Kyrie, that one made my day.
Three-pointer Trae Young. And it's Young again missing. No good there. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Mavericks ahead, up by 6. And we'll bring you the start of quarter 2 when we return. So, seeing my player get after it through 1, how's he looking out there?
He brought the rim protection, he was active, he was disruptive, and more importantly, he made shooters think twice here early.
Yeah, and you like that he brought some intimidation with him, trying to get into people's head, and maybe succeeding. We'll see.
And it's my player missing. The Dallas Mavericks are a team on the rise. With that young core, what should this team be looking at? Who fits in that Lone Star state?
It all starts with Luka Doncic, the fantastic do-it-all, kind of point forward, whatever position you want to give him. He is the focus for the Mavs. So players that work with him, obviously with his driving ability, guys that can hit open shots. Because guess what? With Luka, you're going to get loads of clean looks.
Well, it's a great situation for a shooter or a finisher at the rim. Because with what Luka can do out there, he draws so much attention offensively, and he can create for you. You just got to be able to finish. So I see the Mavs as being maybe one piece away from being a serious contender in the Western Conference.
Now here's Hunter. Hardaway covering. The Mavericks leading. My player outside. Tries to break the ice.
And you just know this will energize his teammates, and it's always awesome when a point guard like my player throws it down like that.
And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter.
Way to grab it.
Now Irving. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Hardaway. Irving. Murray covering. My player with it. Shot clock at 5. To the inside. It's stolen by Capella. One-on-one fast break. And Murray with the slam.
Even though he's an elite scoring talent, Young finds ways to involve his teammates.
And with the Dallas Mavericks, they finished the hard part of their rebuild. They got their superstar.
Yeah, that Luka Doncic guy is pretty good, huh? During his age 20 season last year, the Slovenian All-Star flirted with a triple-double season. Honestly, the biggest key for them going forward, staying healthy. Doncic has had a couple of injuries make him miss games.
As long as he does stay healthy and the Mavs can keep him long-term, with the right shooters around Luka Doncic, the Mavs will be a force in the West for years to come. I'm excited to see what this year has in store for Dallas because they're poised to make a leap with the squad they've put together.
Pass to Collins. That one falls, coming off Murray's feed.
And guys, how about the body control there? Collins is skilled at staying locked in on the